Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Monday, the 12th of December 2022, almost the end of the year. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 finished down almost 0.5% to 7,180 points. There were some pretty big moves, notwithstanding the index itself didn't do too much. Energy stocks did well, but the utilities index did poorly, in large part thanks to Origin Energy. What's happened? Its share price tumbled, not so much because of the government's new energy policy, which it announced on Friday and has been hammered for, but on doubts that the bid for the company by Brookfield and EIG Group, 2 North American companies, might be a casualty of the new policy. Origin share price ended down 8%. Among the large caps, Golding and Newcrest Mining fell 3.5%, while South32 was off 2%. Fortescue Metals, BHP and Woolworths all fell by more than 1%. On the other hand, Woodside Energy was up 2.7% and Macquarie rose more than 2%. Worst performer on the day was Nanosonics, down 10%, while BrainChip Holdings, what a great name for a company, was up 9%. Story number 2, the share price of Tyro Payments tumbled 20% today after both a private equity consortium and Westpac Bank opted to walk away from bids for the group. You probably use Tyro products most days. They're the organisation that makes the EFTPOS machines. A private equity group called Potentia Capital offered $875 million for the group, but the Tyro board knocked that one back. It said that Tyro had traded at 45% higher than that level earlier this year. Very true. And right now it was experiencing a cyclical downturn. Westpac had also been talking to Tyro, but said having done due diligence, it ain't going to make a bid. Story number 3, the regulator is investigating Sportsbet, the gaming group, over concerns that the company gives customers the chance to make illegal in-play bets on races and sports games. That's when you have a punt whilst the horse is running. ACMA informed Sportsbet that it was investigating after receiving a complaint, according to the Financial Review. In-play online is banned in Australia, but Sportsbet and other gaming companies allow it if customers place a phone call to the online bookmaker. Sportsbet asks customers who want to make an in-play bet to click a button that generates a so-called fast code. When customers then call the company to place the bet, they're asked to confirm their identity, then they cite that fast code. That workaround means the bets are technically made through what's considered a telephone betting service rather than an online entity, which skirts the ban. Anyway, that's what the regulator's looking at. Story number 4, listed gold producers at Genesis Minerals and St Barbara will merge, consolidating assets in the historic mining precinct of Leonora in Western Australia. The deal still needs shareholder approval, but if successful, will create a new major player in gold mining, according to the Financial Review. The new company will be known as Hoover House, a nod to the former US President Herbert Hoover, who apparently worked in the Western Australian goldfields in the 1890s, about 30 years before he became president. Hoover House hopes to produce more than 300,000 ounces of gold a year. And story number 5, the European Parliament is at the centre of a growing corruption scandal after 600,000 euros in cash was seized and 2 MPs were detained as part of an international investigation into claims that World Cup host Qatar sought to buy influence. A Belgian judge charged 4 people over the weekend with participation in a criminal organisation, money laundering and corruption following the arrests. The charges have already triggered the suspension of a parliamentary vote on granting Qatari nationals visa-free travel to the EC. I dare say we're going to hear a lot more about this one. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 12th of December, 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. The top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.